Hello, I'm Abii from Abii Legal in Pearland, Texas, in the Houston area. Today, we're going to talk about the intersection of real estate and family law. I work closely with a family lawyer in my firm, and I handle most of the real estate matters. And today, we've had a couple cases this week that have come up regarding the transfer of property following a divorce. A lot of times when working with family law attorneys, they will initiate the deed of transfer after the divorce is done, which is fantastic. It's a way to get your name off the property. However, from a real estate attorney standpoint, if your name is on the mortgage, you are still responsible financially for the mortgage, even if the decree from the family law aspect says you're not. Why do I phrase it that way? Because if anything happens and your ex-spouse decides not to pay on the mortgage, it will still affect your credit. And we know how credit is very important for your financial well-being and also to give you a good financial set of options. As a real estate attorney that works with a family law attorney within my firm, these are issues that we see coming up. So you have to be very careful not to have a deed of transfer done without a plan for what's going to happen with the mortgage. I understand your family law attorney is being helpful and following through with the deed of transfer, but I will almost advise that you pause in making that transfer and removing your name from the property, because once your name is removed from the property, as a real estate attorney, I can't file for partition because you no longer have standing, you don't have any ownership of the property. I can only go the family law route, which is which is filing for an enforcement. Fine, that's possible. We can go through that route, but that's great. You may not necessarily get what we need, because we now need you to pay the bills and we need you to make sure that you are handling that. What happens if in 6 months, another 9 months, you don't do it? We will potentially have to go through this cycle unless we are specific in our enforcement language and demand that we see your refinancing options and your refinancing plan as part of that. So, speaking to the potential client or the client who finds themselves in a situation where they're filing for divorce and they need to transfer property from one person to another, it is important that you go ahead and handle the mortgage aspect of things in addition to the deed of transfer. In Texas, you will have the deed of transfer, which is separate from the mortgage. You want to make sure that there's a plan for both of those. I would encourage you, while you're going through this process, to consult and speak with a real estate attorney. Not just because I like real estate, but as a real estate broker myself and a real estate attorney, I do see this come up a lot. I do see where you think you're making one decision and you're transferring the property, but now you're reducing your power and your ability to effectively get things sorted out. And at the end of the day, if your ex-husband, ex-wife wants their name to be removed, or if you need your name to be removed from the property, that's great. Let's go ahead and get the financials done simultaneously, or at least begin that process so it's handled within the same deal, within the same negotiation, within the same plans. And if we cannot do that, then let's keep our name on the property so you retain some power to either do a suit for partition if necessary, or any other methods that we can to get that handled. You don't want to take away the power that you have as a co-owner of the property without making sure that the mortgage is handled, that the financial responsibility is handled, that the financial commitment is handled and removed from your credit as well. If you do that, you essentially expose yourself to potential issues in the future if the ex-spouse does not go ahead and fix that issue. So once again, this is where family law and real estate law come in, or just real estate transactions come in. And because I have a family law attorney in my firm who works closely with me, I can see the interplay of the real estate transactions and real estate legal issues and family law issues. And we are here to work together to get those issues resolved in a way that is most beneficial for the client.